So I wanted to show you just some screenshots. So we have the panda quite happy in the forest on the left, and on the right hand side we have the panda in the quite toxic ocean, not looking so happy. So poor panda. Um, let's now move to Maya and open up Maya again. And as you can see, we've got the planes in there animating on the rotational values. So we've got that, but I'm just going to switch them on now, so we can now see the actual texture maps within there. So there we go. It's quite interesting. I'm just going to switch to the perspective view, just so we can see the transparency maps. So here is a example of texture, and as you can see, it's got a transparency map around it. These have been imported from Photoshop, so you can import PSD files in with transparencies and quite easily, quite simply. So it's pretty good to do. So there's the scene. I'm going to switch the scene off, and I'm going to bring the panda on. The panda's looking quite sad there actually, so let's make him happy. There we go. And here's the panda. It's been modelled with polygons, as you can see, and those polygons have allowed us to UV texture. So for example, if I go to the hyper shader, just select one of the shaders. So 1 second, there we go. I'm just going to select this shader, and as you can see, that's for the face. And if we go to the UV texture editor, you can see now the geometry, and you can see that the textures have been applied to that part of the faces. And this texture will actually animate, which will give us the effect of the smiling and the sadness, or the surprise, should I say. So there we go. In terms of the rig, it's quite a simple rig, attached obviously to the geometry. So it's been skinned to the geometry, and the joints we can just use with the rotational values. So there we go. So it's very, very simple rig, but it works quite effectively for this project, and it did the trick, so that's absolutely fine. Just going to bring the scene back and go back to camera 1. Just on the timeline, as you can see, we've started from frame 1, we're scrolling through and ended on frame 225. So we've kind of worked out the timings for this, of how long it should take, and how long it should animate for. In terms of the lighting, we've placed an ambient light in there just to uplift the textures. We want to make the animation feel fairly flat, but get that sense of just the subtlety of 3D in there, which is quite nice.